The third book I chose for this assignment is Heather Has Two Mommies, written by Leslie Newman, illustrated by Laura Cornell. Heather has two of a lot of things, including two mommies. When she goes to school for the first time, one of her classmates asks about her father. She explains that she does not have a dad. Heather wonders if she is the only one in the class without a dad. Heather's teacher then asks for the class to draw a picture of their family. When it was the time for the class to share the drawings, the class quickly realized that not one family looked the same as the next, and that is what makes each family special. This children's picture book prompts children to think and talk about gay marriage, thus exploring dominant systems of meaning that operates in our society to position people and groups of people as others. This book shows children that although non-nuclear families are not something that is often talked about with them, it is important to note that all families should be accepted in society no matter what their gender or sexuality is. As a follow-up activity of our read aloud and discussion of the children's book, Heather Has Two Mommies, I will post a description of the activity on Seesaw for parents and students to see. Then they will use the application Shadow Puppet Edu on their iPads. They will be given class time to complete this. However, this may require help from their parents to gather photographs of their family members. Photos for this assignment can be old pictures or taken that day. If children are unable to gather photos, they may also draw pictures of each family member and take pictures on there to post. Ideally, one photo for each family member would be appropriate, but can include as many family members as one is comfortable sharing. Once the photos are selected, students will be required to title their puppet story and type a sentence on each picture to describe who the pictures are and the relation to them, ideally limited to immediate family or the people that are closest with them, example being their grandmas, grandfathers, uncles, aunts, etc. After the photos have descriptions on them, students will be required to do a recording over the video reading the descriptions they wrote. This is done by pressing the green oval that says Start. By doing this, they will have an opportunity to practice and show their fluid reading abilities. Once recorded, the puppet is ready to save and upload to Seesaw for assessment. This can be done so easily by clicking the Seesaw button on the bottom left and holding the green check mark. To begin making their family stories on Puppet Edu, they will click Create New. However, there are also templates that can be used if you are doing a different activity with this app. However, for this activity, I did find it most appropriate to start new. Then you will select the pictures from your camera roll that you've gathered of your family. When students have then wrote their texts on their pictures, they can go ahead and push the recording button, which is the red down here. They will then read their sentences that they constructed on the pictures out loud, and at the end they will have their family stories in a nice recording on the app. Again, the audio doesn't work with the version of the screencast that I have, but I can just read it over and practice my fluent reading. It all started when my mom met my dad. They then had my oldest sister, Jessica. Next came my sister, Kelsey. Last but not least, my mom gave birth to me. My oldest sister then met her husband, Sean. These are now my siblings, my two sisters and my brother-in-law. This is my family. In relation to the Alberta Program of Studies, I think these are all quite relevant for grade 2, but especially reading aloud with fluency, accuracy, and expression is a big part of this, as well as recall and follow directions for accessing and gathering ideas and information, and also use the conventional spelling of common words necessary for the efficient communication of ideas in writing, because as all books, they should all have words that are spelled correctly. Heather Has Two Mommies was one of the first books to shine light on lesbian marriage and same-sex parenting, and I think it did a really great job at breaking it down into concepts that children understand and showing that no matter what the sexuality or gender of parents, the most important thing of family is love and caring for each other, and I think Leslie did just that. I think students would also have a fun time constructing their own family storybooks And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching.